have a lot of businesses, like a lot. Like you have your own, but then you have the ones that you invest in.
Mm-hmm.
But you've been doing all this also while you've been literally in so many movies.
In so many movies?
Yeah, girl, you've been in a lot. I mean, you've been President Barbie.
That was fun. Yeah, it's all like it's not like I'm like every day.
Yeah, how do you mean that? Thank you. Yeah, good. It was a leading question, so please go there. Go there.
It's honestly, I've been blessed on this journey to literally find people along the way that help me expand into the lanes that I want to go in. So even like I got lucky on the outside. One of my first bigger collaborations in a business was like working with Ajay and Yonnie, who run Hilltop. And I remember wanting a coffee shop for a really long time, talking to my business manager. Shout out to Humble.
Yeah.
Who is from Uganda, like met him on such a random encounter. And
how'd y'all meet?
I met him through, I'll call him an angel. Don't even remember how I originally met this guy. His name is Adam. And he saw me during my Awkward Black Girl days.
Okay.
And he was just like, you're going to need a business manager. And I was like, I have no business. I don't even have money. Like, so.
You like, what they manage?
I'm sorry. What are they managing? Like, my personal business? I got a lot of that.
Yeah.
But he was just like, you're going to need one. And he introduced me to Humble. And Humble, I was also very transparent. I was just like, hey, I don't know why we're meeting. I hope this is not a waste of your time. We met at South Beverly Grill. And I was like, this is so I don't know if you've been there. It's on one of them the fancy streets, but it's in Beverly Hills.
Okay.
And it's like, it's kind of like an elevated cheesecake factory. It's good.
It sounds really nice. Sounds like I need to make plans immediately.
So we met there, and I heard his story, and he has such an incredible, incredible story, and he's so smart. And he was kind of he wasn't just starting his business, but he was mostly working with people in sports at the time.
Okay.
And like his sense of loyalty and faith in some of the athletes that he was working with really inspired me. And so I left thinking like, I'm not ready for you, but when I am, like, I'm gonna hit you up. And he was completely patient and still was helpful along the way. And so I eventually made him my business manager the second season of ABG when I got like, I started working with Pharrell's company. And by that time we had done a Kickstarter and I was touring and I was like, I had an income and I was trying to get out of debt. And so like he was the first step of just like, okay, I'm official. I was always bad at money, period. Like I couldn't save. I was in constant credit card debt, all that. And so he was really helpful in terms of helping me manage my finances. And I also didn't know how much money was a lot of money. So when I started making any kind of income, I was like, ooh, I got 4 figures. What? And then it was like, what? I got 5 figures? Let me buy a house. And he was like, calm down. You're not there yet. So throughout that process, I was like, well, one of the first businesses that I want to invest in or start up is a coffee shop. And he was like, I'm going to make that happen for you. And years would go by. Like I got a book deal and I was like, well, I don't have a coffee shop. And then I was like, Insecure came and I was like, what's up with this coffee shop? And he was like, girl, who's going to grind the beans? And so I was like, oh, shoot. And so he found me Ajay and Yonnie, who had started a coffee shop in my neighborhood down the street from me.
And they're Habesha, right?
Yonnie is Habesha. Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all are everywhere. Everywhere.
We are everywhere.
And they had started it down the street from me and it was beautiful. And then we're starting an Inglewood location. And we're like, you know, if you want to come on board. And we like dated. Because I didn't also, I had tried to link with another coffee shop owner. And they were just like, oh, we kind of started this and we don't want your name to like overshadow it. Okay. And I was like, I get that. Like, if you had started a business and
they didn't want to call it Issa's Coffee.
Yeah. And I didn't want to call it that either. Yeah. But I was like bummed and it was in Inglewood. But I was like, I get that. Like, they made it happen this far, and here I come, like, slapping my name on it. So for them, with Ajay and Yonnie, I was like, I just want to be clear. Like, I want to be supportive, and, like, I'll be as involved or as little involved as you want me to. And they were like, no, we want we want you to blow it up. And so they're so egoless, and it was just, it's been such a pleasure to work with them and to expand with them. And that has led to so many other different ventures. But they're such... Like, they have such a great union because AJ, they're both from LA. They're both from, South LA, View Park, Windsor Hills. And they have such a great collaborative partnership where Yonnie is more operations and he's more like kind of on the ground. The day-to-day of every business, and he might be grinding the beans. Like I see him serving plates at times, and he's just like really into the business side. And AJ knows everybody, and he's such a brand expert. Like he can just come up with a brand curation on the spot, and is really good about experiences, and just has such a love for like the cultural history of anything that he puts forth, and just does a lot of research, and just he's like an artist. And so they work really well together. They're yin yang. They know how to stay out of each other's way, and it's really great to witness. And here I come like, hey, I'm down.
Hey, I'm ready.
Yeah. When are we opening this? What's happening?
Yeah.
But no, it's just been really great, and we all have our different strengths, and I'm blessed to work with them.